These are going to be the most wanted putters of 2024. But which one's better? Right everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at Chart Hills on their Nick Fowler designed putting green, and I've got two red hot putters going into 2024. The TaylorMade Spider Tour and the Odyssey Ai-One. These come in at a similar price tag, but there are some differences. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I have got the two flagship models from TaylorMade and Odyssey. Odyssey, the number 7, TaylorMade, the Spider Tour. These models have stood the test of time, but going into 2024, we've got a modern lick of paint and also a technology refresh, but more so onto the Odyssey. Cosmetically, we do have some differences here. The TaylorMade Spider Tour family have a brand new gunmetal PVD finish to it. I personally really like this, but this is very subjective. The Odyssey, the new Ai-One range, is more of like a midnight blue. Now we do have a dark blue with the Spider Tour range, but this is more minimal. Personally, I actually prefer the gunmetal PVD finish to the Odyssey. I think it's a little bit cooler, but cooler doesn't necessarily equate to holding more putts. That's when the tech comes in. And personally, I think Odyssey have smashed it with this new AI face for 2024. This should help you improve your speed control by 21% by the variable face thickness across the face. So if you're hitting it out of the toe and out of the heel, like, I hopefully won't do that here, but if you hit it out of the toe and out of the heel, you should be closer to the hole than other iterations of Odyssey and also other brands such as TaylorMade. Well, that was rubbish, but pilot error. The TaylorMade Spider Tour, well, we do have a similar insert to previous iterations, but when we're talking about technology, we're more talking about high MOI, stability in a model that is a lot larger than the Odyssey number 7. So when you're hitting it out of the toe and out of the heel, rather than talking about speed control, I would say with the Spider Tour range, we're talking about actually if you're pushing or pulling your putts, moment of inertia, stuff like that. If you think of when you're doing full swings with out of the toe and out of the heel, you're doing that, one goes left, one goes right. The same applies for putts. And I feel like this is what TaylorMade are actually strategically positioning themselves in towards. So, Odyssey, perhaps with speed control, you're going to be closer to the hole. But with TaylorMade, you're going to be straighter. A difficult decision. That was absolutely gorgeous. You got that? Get that. Post it everywhere. That's better than Rory. For short-ish putts, such as what we had there, I think the TaylorMade Spider Tour does come out superior when you're looking at this compared to the Odyssey Ai-One. This could be down to its slightly larger face down at address. It is just a bigger model. But you could also say, compare this to the Odyssey 11, which is larger. Either way, I think the Spider Tour does instill a little bit more confidence from 10 foot and in. This could be because of the true path alignment, because of the way it feels, but that's only a slice of the cake for putting. For putts like this, you can see over here that we've got about 35 foot. This is, I think, really important for these two putters. I don't want to 3-putt this. You watching this video, you don't want to 3-putt this either. It's an extremely important distance, and I think this actually is where one of the putters excels. I'm going to hit a few with the TaylorMade Spider Tour first, and it's important to mention as well, both of these putters have inserts. The Odyssey Ai-One, we've got a slightly more expensive model, the Ai-One milled, but both of these have inserts. They are very different to each other though. As you can see with TaylorMade Spider Tour, the TPU Pure Roll insert, we've got grooves. We don't have proper grooves. If you look at the Odyssey Ai-One, slightly different. We've got the white hot insert that has been incredibly popular over the last, a while, a decade. But I've already hit a few putts with these comparing it, and I actually noticed something quite interesting. Let's just hit a few with the TaylorMade Spider Tour first. All right, well, we're 3-putting that, aren't we? Oh my God. Anyway, hit another one. But actually, there is method to my madness, or method to my bad putting here, because what I mentioned previously in that I feel like with the TaylorMade Spider Tour having higher MOI, it is better as your target line, but it may not necessarily be as good for overall speed control. So I think that's really nice. Yeah, there we go. I'm still 4 foot away. So speed control, I actually do think is almost more important than alignment for putts. Don't dislike the video just yet. I think it's incredibly important because for stuff like this, even if I'm pushing it by 2 foot, 4 foot, if I have the correct speed control, I'm by the hole. Pushing and pulling it is incredibly important for 6 foot and in. Those are really important putts, but you have to push and pull it quite a long way for those putts to actually get it offline. Of course, reading greens, that's pilot error. So putters can't solve everything. Trust me, I want to try and hold one. I think that's good. There we go. So we kit 3 putts there with the TaylorMade Spider Tour, and I think it's really interesting to look at the dispersion of those 3 putts, because then I will now hit the Odyssey Ai-One. Once again, I said this in many of my videos, this is not robot testing. I am so far from a robot with torn tendons in my shoulder and elbow. Look, it's not gonna go well. I'm not a robot, but I think switching over to the Odyssey Ai-One with the white hot insert, we can start talking about the differences in feel, because as I said, we've got 2 different inserts for these putters. They're both promoting soft feel. You're always going to get that with an insert. You're always going to get something that isn't as firm as a milled putter. You get something that really says it's soft. It feels nice across the face. What is better? What is softer when you're looking at things such as TaylorMade or Odyssey? Well, personally, I actually think Odyssey is a little bit softer. Do I think that's better? Well, once again, this is not something that can be better or worse, because someone could like a slightly firmer face, which I do think the TaylorMade Spider Tour is, or you could like a really soft face, such as the white hot insert in the Odyssey Ai-One putter. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so with it being a softer face, does that instill more confidence from longer putts? No, I wouldn't say so. Subconsciously it may do, but I can't give any sort of metric to say, look at me, I'm putting better with the Odyssey over the TaylorMade. But if you are more confident over a putter, you're gonna get those negative thoughts out of your noggin, which I do think is really important, because putting is so mental. One thing I have noticed though between the TaylorMade and the Odyssey is pure roll. You've got it in the name of the TaylorMade Spider Tour, so surely it's better, right? Wrong. I personally think for the speed control, for the pure roll that we're getting, get this fly off my ball. Sorry, for the speed control we're getting, I think Odyssey does really become superior when comparing it to the TaylorMade Spider Tour. Does this make it a better putter? No. Again, this is very subjective, but I think when we're looking into putts from the range of 15 foot to, well, 40 foot, that's when I think you really need to just get nailed on for your speed control. And that's what Odyssey does really well with this new AI face. That's good. Yeah, that's good. So speed control is really, really important for these, because what I'm looking at, those 2 putts from Odyssey right now, would we say they give me range? Yeah. For us mere mortals, just about. For John Rahm, oh God, yeah. But this means, let's say you're off 25, you're off 26, you're not gonna hit the middle of the putter every single time. That is this bit right here. If you're hitting it out of the heel and out of the toe, perhaps you may not make it from 30 foot, but you're not expected to make it from 30 foot. From 33 foot on the PGA Tour, it's the exact 50-50 percentage on making it or 3-putting it. And that's, look, I'm not on tour, you're not on tour watching this video, so for things like this, you're just hoping to 2-putt and walk off. I think with the Odyssey, we're talking in little percentages here, but I think with the Odyssey, it's gonna improve your 3-putting. You will 3-putt less, in my opinion, because of the AI face compared to the TaylorMade Spider Tour. It isn't by 20%, 30%, 40%, this is by maybe 0.5%, something like that. But in the long term, that could add up. All right, I'm holding it, I'm jumping in the Thames. Unfortunately, it did boop the golf ball just there. But I do think the overall speed control of those 3 was slightly better than the TaylorMade Spider Tour. Now, as you can see, I hit the TaylorMades first, so there is some variables in play here, so do take this with a pinch of salt. But overall, I think for longer putting, the Odyssey is better. However, when we're going into shorter putting, such as 10 foot and in, the TaylorMade, I think, is more superior. So we've got 2 little caveats here, longer putting and shorter putting, whereas as well, the Odyssey is slightly softer insert compared to the TaylorMade Spider Tour. What is better from the data that we've captured so far? Well, let me tell you. Okay, so out of those putts there, 5 out of 6 of those are going to be 2 putts, which is actually quite good. That doesn't necessarily decide which putt is better though. To decide which putt is better for you, I think you need to ask yourself this question: what is bad in your putting game? We're going to go sit down and talk about it. As you've been able to see in this video, I think these 2 putters are excellent, but in different parts of the putting sphere. For short putting, I think the TaylorMade Spider Tour, especially this model, is one of the best in the game that you can get. By having true path alignment and also being genuinely quite a large head, it's very easy to feel confident from 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 foot and in. Just because it feels like you're almost overpowering the hole. Of course, Odyssey has this in the 11, but I don't think the shaping of it is quite as good as the TaylorMade Spider Tour. There's a reason why this shape has worked so well for nearly 15 years. So, in this video, if you want to take something away with the TaylorMade Spider Tour putter, if you're looking for a TaylorMade putter, I will say these models going into 2024 is one of the best putters you can get if you're struggling with those short putts, if you're struggling with 6-foot putts, 10-foot putts. As well as that, if you're struggling with pushing and pulling putts, a TaylorMade Spider Tour putter will be a very optimal putter to use going into next year. That being said, Odyssey, the Ai-One. From the testing that I've done over the last few weeks, it definitely is one of the putters to beat going into 2024. Is it as superior as TaylorMade for short putting? I don't think so. Again, you can get custom fitted and get a larger model, but I still don't think it would top the TaylorMade Spider Tour. However, for speed control, for something that is 30 foot, 40 foot, things that you want to two putt, you don't necessarily want to hole it. The Odyssey with the AI face with the variable face thickness, I don't think there'll be many putters that can beat this. Of course, if they do adopt something like variable face thickness, it will show. TaylorMade haven't done this yet. Would I be surprised if they do it? No, but we shall see. Speed control is so important, even for short putts, but for those 30 and 40 foot putts, there's so many golfers that I know, amateur golfers who play off 20 and 30, when they have a 40 foot putt, they will sign off on a 3-putt and walk to the next hole. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be 3-putting maybe 10% of that time, and that's at a maximum. So, for amateur golfers, perhaps Odyssey might be a little bit better at improving your game, but it depends where your game is faulting. If it's something where it is short putting, then the TaylorMade Spider Tour putter is very good, whereas the Odyssey Ai-One is very good for overall speed control from 0 to 150 foot. Let's hope we don't have any of those anytime soon. Guys, I welcome your opinion for these two putters. Everyone has a preference, and this video is not particularly data-led. We can't really do that. Can't really put these on a GC quad. We could, but everyone has different putting strokes. Of course, these putters are similar in terms of the shaping, but there's different things as well, such as the grip, the shaft, you name it. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Which one's your favorite? If you guys are new to Golf Magic, make sure you smash that massive subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all of our videos. New club releases coming very, very soon. You want to stay tuned for that. Many of you who do watch my videos are thinking, why on earth am I using these? Well, don't worry, the broomstick is still in action. I've got many injuries right now, so I need something as perpendicular to the ground as possible, and that is my 47-inch broomstick putter. These though, they may feature next year. Until the next video, guys, I'll catch you later.